This is Esposito Ugo Maria, and this is my reflective video for ZBrush 2. I chose for my environment to do something inspired the style of Halo that took all my references from hallowaypoint.com. These are the picture that I used as a reference in order to draw my concept for the environment. And then the concepts. The result into 3ds Max with all the maps applied on it. And this is the model splitted into pieces in order to make you see all the pieces I had for the environment. At the beginning, I was going to do the bridge in only one piece, but it was not really a good choice because the normal map would have been not enough resolution in order to have any details, so that I chose to split the bridge in many pieces. So some wireframes, and for other technical stuffs as the normal maps, the diffuse maps, and the UV layouts for the light into Unreal. There is everything into the Academy, the Digital Academy forum. I think this is not the place where to show all the technical stuffs I've done for this model. Height poly. At the beginning, I had all my models prepared to go into ZBrush using 3 edge loop, but once I had to split the bridge into many pieces, I had to I chose to have the pieces of the bridge to make them to be high poly using not the 3 edge loop, but the smoothing, the turbo smooth by smoothing groups. And I have to say that the difference between the 3 edge loop and the turbo smooth by smoothing group is that the 3 edge loop is a slower process, but it gives a more nice result. On the other hand, the turbo smooth by smoothing groups is really a fast technique, but doesn't give a very good result. So that I decided to have a 3 edge loop for the pieces of the model where that are supposed to be very close to the player, and I mean so that I choose to have the piece on the top of the bridge, done with the smoothing groups, because this is the place where the player is supposed to work, and then it's better to have a nice result on this place, because all the defects will be much more evident than to the other parts of this piece. This mountain is the high poly mountain. This is the model into ZBrush. I obtained it with Dynamesh, and I chose to create my low poly model directly from this mesh using Dynamesh as well. And once I imported the low poly into 3ds Max, once I've unwrapped it and applied all the maps on it, I deleted the face, which would have been not important to show into Unreal, in order to have a lighter model into Unreal. The same I've done with this piece, that is a kind of gallery. It is inside of the pyramid, and it is the model where is placed the gates. The bridge had been sculpted with Projection Master. I have to say that I didn't expect such bad result. Mainly what the stroke line of Projection Master does give good result with horizontal and vertical lines, but when you do some line that is not horizontal or vertical, it gives a very noisy result, even if the subdivision level is allow you to have good details on it. It is not because of the low resolution of the object, but it is the line brush itself that gives problems. So I tried to solve the problem, softening the strength of the brush. It worked fine because there is no noise on the less noise on the lines, on the borders of the lines, but the lines are really not visible, and when applying a normal map, it is even worse. So that I choose to reinforce the lines I sculpted with the diffuse map, and then drawing with Photoshop the lines upon of the model. And here you can see what I mean. I have the model, I have the normal map, and then with the normal map there is the line, the stroke of the lines, and in order to make the lines more visible, there's a black texture on them in order to reinforce them. I had an issue with my normal maps, especially I mean with the bridge, because even if I've splitted the model into many pieces, the resolution was not really enough to have fine details, so that I had very little resolution. I have noisy I have no good lines because of the projection master not proper to the purpose, and then the final result is really bad. But I choose to left it that way because this part of the bridge is supposed to be seen from long distance, so that it's not really an issue. But with this piece that is the floor where the player is supposed to work, I had to find a solution, because it is very close to the player and needs fine details and a good resolution, so that I choose to not use projection master anymore, and then I draw my lines with Adobe Illustrator. Then I imported the lines into Photoshop, and with 8 to normals I transformed the lines into a normal map. So once I had my normal map with the lines, I multiplied this normal map to the normal map of the floor, so that I had this normal map that is the result of two normal maps, one upon the other. And from this picture it is very visible the result of this normal map on the floor. It is a good result compared to the other pieces, to the other normal maps. The lines are very clear. I didn't have to reinforce the lines with a texture, and but still there is a problem. As you can see here, where the cursor is going around, this line had been stretched too much. It is because with this technique, without a proper UV layout or a proper planning of it, it's difficult to understand how the draw will deform once upon the model. So that is difficult to predict how your draw will work on the model. But maybe with a proper planning or a proper UV layout, this issue should be solved. So now I want to show you the video of my environment working into Unreal. I chose a night scene in order to make the defects of my model not really visible, and in order to make the normal map the normal maps not visible, and to make the texture glowing, to be the protagonist of the environment, and it gave a good artistic result. In fact, even if I had lots of issues, I have to say that I didn't expect to have such a nice result. Of course, I played with lights in order to have a good lighting effects, and it is possible to work into my environment as well. Okay. So, how to do better? If I have to do this model again, I would split the model even in more pieces in order to have much more resolution. I would like to use height to normals with a proper UV layout in order to have nice lines instead of use the line stroke of projection master. I would use smoothing groups in order to have clear and defined shape on the final model, and I would like to have less geometry for the organic pieces and more geometry for the mechanical ones. As a conclusion, comparing my environment to the ones of Halo, it is clear that maybe I managed to have a very similar style, but the level of details of my model is less than enough, and the environment of mine does not appear professional if compared. But otherwise, the artistic result is quite fine, and I'm quite happy with it.